A boundary you don't enforce is just a request, and most people ignore requests. They might nod, they might say, "Yeah, I get it." They might even apologize. But if nothing changes after that, here's the truth. They heard you. They just didn't feel you. Because boundaries aren't words. Boundaries are consequences delivered calmly. Let's make this simple. Most people think setting a boundary means having a serious talk, explaining your feelings, hoping the other person understands. That's not a boundary. That's a negotiation. And negotiations don't work with people who benefit from ignoring you. A real boundary has three parts: what's not acceptable, what you will do if it happens, you actually do it. No anger, no threats, no drama, just action. Here's the mindset shift. People don't respect what you say. They respect what you tolerate. If you tolerate interruptions, you become interruptible. If you tolerate disrespect, you become someone it's okay to disrespect. If you tolerate late behavior, you become someone whose time doesn't matter. That's not because you deserve it, it's because you allow it. Now, the word consequence scares people because they picture yelling or punishment. That's not what this is. A consequence is just you removing access, removing privileges, removing opportunities. Not to be petty, to protect your standards. Here's the boundary formula that works in real life. When you do X, I will do Y. That's it. It's clean, it's adult, it's impossible to misunderstand. And most importantly, it puts the power back where it belongs. Because now, you're not trying to control them. You're controlling your response. Examples that actually work. If you raise your voice, I'm ending the conversation. If you joke about that again, I'm leaving. If you keep showing up late, I'm going to stop making plans. If you keep calling me last minute, I'm going to assume I'm not needed. If you keep violating my space, I'm stepping back from this relationship. Notice what's missing. No insults, no emotional speeches, no begging. Just a line in the sand. Now let's talk about why most people's boundaries fail. They fail because people set boundaries like this. Hey, could you maybe not do that? It kind of bothers me. That's not a boundary. That's a hope. Or they set a boundary and then they don't enforce it. They say, don't talk to me like that, but they stay in the conversation. They say, stop doing that, but nothing happens if it continues. So the other person learns something dangerous. They can cross the line and still keep access to you. And once someone learns that, your words become background noise. Here's another reason boundaries fail. People set boundaries and then they immediately start negotiating their own boundary. They feel guilty, they worry they're being mean, they backtrack. They turn a strong line into a soft suggestion. Let me say it straight. If you set a boundary and don't enforce it, you don't look kind, you look uncertain. And uncertainty invites pressure. So here's the rule for enforcing boundaries without turning into a jerk. Enforce it once, calmly, immediately, consistently. That's what creates respect. Not volume, not anger, not threats, consistency. You don't have to be harsh, you just have to be solid. When the line is crossed, you don't argue, you don't convince, you don't spiral. You do what you said you do. That's why calm people are dangerous. They don't react, they respond. And because they respond the same way every time, people learn, oh, he's serious. That's when behavior changes. Not when you finally say it perfectly, not when you find the right words. Behavior changes when ignoring you becomes expensive. Now here's the part that separates strong people from exhausted people. You don't owe anyone access to you. You can be respectful and still be unreachable. You can be kind and still say no. You can be calm and still walk away. That's not cold, that's self-respect. So if you want a boundary that gets respected, stop focusing on sounding right. Focus on being consistent. Set the line, attach the consequence, follow through. That's the respect protocol. If this helped, comment protocol and tell me the boundary you need to set this week. Part 3 is next, when to walk away. Subscribe so you don't miss it.